Well, hello! This is Ben John Man the Hammer Sams coming at you live from the studios.
Woo!
Ric Flair's here. So, I'm going to talk to you guys today about...
Owen can't, he's beside himself.
William, I have 5 minutes on this tape where you stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to talk to you guys about Scorsese's second or third movie called Taxi Driver. If you guys have never seen it, please do. It's critically acclaimed as one of the greatest movies of all time. Legit, I think it's in the top 10 for a lot of people. But it's Martin Scorsese, so of course it's just swearing and violence and it's everything. It's very 76-ish. I think the movie's shot in 75. So everything is filmed in New York City. Robert De Niro, super young. Robert De Niro, super mohawk in the movie.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
First mohawk in a movie, as far as I know, at least as a major release. Jodie Foster's in this movie. She's 11.
Oh my god! That just screams wrong.
Well, it's gonna scream more wrong later because I haven't got to touch.
Jodie Foster's in this movie. She's 11.
Harvey Keitel's in this movie too. If you've never seen him in Reservoir Dogs, I highly recommend seeing that film as well. Of course, the summer Tarantino's going on right now. Going to plug that.
Thank you.
Bam.
Pulp Fiction next week.
Pulp Fiction next week. Of course, then they'll be doing Jackie Brown, etc. So, this movie is about a man named Travis Bickle. Travis is a troubled, 25-year-old guy that's very much... I compare him to Rorschach or a very aggressive Batman, where he's just he's driving, he's just I want to wipe all the scum off the streets. It sickens me every day. I hate my... He doesn't hate his life, he hates society's, like the boiling sex pot that is New York City at this time. And he thinks he can save it. He thinks that there is some way that he can make a difference, per se. Now, what this really means is he starts going more and more crazy progressively through this film. He starts off pretty normal. He wants a taxi driver job, and they give him one. And he falls in love with a girl. Can't remember the woman's name. And my fact checker's going to look it up for me. Betsy. And she works for a man that's running... Can I get a better frame on the shot? Just tilt it just a touch this way, because I'm a tall...
You want some makeup, too?
Yes, I do. Mr. DeVille.
And we don't edit, folks.
We won't edit ever.
Nope.
So, Peter Boyle's in this movie, if you're a fan of Everyone Loves Raymond. Yeah, I'm not. But he's also in Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Great movie. So, he falls in love with this girl named Betsy, and he's kind of... You gotta understand, Travis is not on a plane of thinking that most of us are. Betsy's like, hey, he starts stalking her because she works for a presidential campaign. And he starts parking outside the office and just staring at her. And she's like, have you noticed that taxi driver outside? And everyone's like, no. And then he just drives away when someone notices him. But he finally gets the guts to go inside, ask her on a date. They go have coffee. He remembers everything about it like a list. He's like, I had apple pie, she had this, I had the cup of coffee, I had this. And he's just listing it via God point of view, third person. Robert De Niro obviously doing overdubbing on the movie. And Travis is just not obsessed with her. He's and there's a point in the movie where he's like, damn, I can't remember to ever ask her last name. I gotta keep remembering to do that. So he's very approachable. He seems like someone that's not a regular movie person that just remembers everything and has perfect conversations with people. He's very flawed. He also takes uppers to make sure he stays up for all of his shifts because he works 6 days a week, 15, 16 hours a day. Because that's what he wants to do. Legit. So, then he takes her on a date to a dirty movie. She's not too pleased with this and dumps him and gives him back the Chris Christopherson album that he gave her, which I own. Good album. So, Mr. West. Not important. So, not involved with this film at all. So, Will Smith did not say yes to this. Just like he didn't say yes to Independence Day 2.
Well, you're obviously not a polka player, Mr. West.
Stop. Because then I'm going to keep doing it.
But you're right, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. So, now he's like, that obsession's over. What am I going to do now? I'll kill the guy that's running for president. So he buys
Kennedy?
No. Palatine is the guy that's running for president. It's a fictional character. So
you don't mean Palpatine, do you?
No, not Palpatine.
Okay, good.
So he goes to a local arms dealer.
Of course he does.
And he buys a ton of guns. He buys a .44 Magnum. Nice. He buys like carriers for all these guns. He buys like a Walther P38.
Is he 9mm?
No. I need a laser rifle with a 40-watt range.
Plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
We don't have that here, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, you have to pay for that. Wrong.
So but he doesn't kill this guy. He buys a bunch of guns off this guy, and he's like, I need to become a better killer because he was in the Marines. Like,
that didn't help him become a better killer.
Nope. So now he's like, I have to quit hurting my body by eating bad stuff, and he like starts like working out like crazy, and he becomes very delusional now. Like now he's getting super like the synapses aren't working. Well, during this period of time, he runs into Jodie Foster's character, who is like 11 or 12 in this movie. I can't remember how old she was when the film began.
I believe you said 11.
11 or 12, very super young. And she's a whore. Harvey Keitel is her pimp, and he becomes obsessed with her. Not to like have sex with her or do anything remotely like that, but he wants to save her. He thinks if he does this, he'll help society. So he has a botched assassination attempt against the presidential candidate because he doesn't have it together. Like, he's asking the Secret Service questions. Like, he's like, what's it take to be in the Secret Service? And the Secret Service is like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, like, what's his deal? So later on, he's just like, Mohawk, yes. There's a bunch of other scenes. I'm not covering this because it'd be way too long. But he becomes obsessed with Jodie Foster's character and how to save her and bring her back to her parents who live in Pittsburgh. The last 10 minutes of this movie is very gory. Like, super, super, super gory. If you've never seen it before, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it gets, like, there's a gun battle. And the last 5 minutes of this movie could be a dream sequence, could be anything. It just depends on your interpretation of the film. I like to think of it as Travis lives at the end of it, and that all that stuff actually happened to him at the end of the movie, because I love Travis. I think that how he's flawed as a character, it doesn't necessarily correlate to me because I'm not like that level of like crazy, but I definitely relate to his character in the fact that, you know, I see his point of view. I see where he's trying to make the world better by just being a better person for it. I mean, yeah, he's taking more direct action. Yeah, he's being more of a Rorschach, you know, or a comedian or whoever. But yeah, he's just like, I'm not going to take it anymore, I'm taking charge.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore!
That's true. So, I highly suggest this movie. Again, it's rated in like the top, like, I noticed at least, oh, she's 12 in the movie, I'm sorry.
You were off by a year.
I highly recommend this movie if you're really into any of Scorsese's other films, Goodfellas, Casino, etc.
The Departed.
This one, best actor. Robert De Niro won Best Actor for this. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. He was nominated.
Oh, nominated. I am sorry, and it's not for an Academy Award. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, damn. Anywho,
And Jodie Foster was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
I have two more things to say about this actually before I wrap it up.
And
Bernard Herrmann, who did the soundtrack, I have the soundtrack. It's all jazz. It's all like the same theming. It's really good. If you just want to listen to like the opening of it, it's nice. There's not really a lot of speaking in it. It's not like a Quentin Tarantino soundtrack where there's just clips in the movie in it. But it's all like very eclectic, like Take Five-esque jazz in the movie. And I guess Bernard Herrmann died right after making this soundtrack.
Okay.
So yeah, it's it's kind of sad.
You know how old he was?
I don't remember how old he was. He was pretty young. So another thing that's kind of super important about this movie is that please look up who shot Ronald Reagan. I can't remember his name.
Someone shot Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, and Ronald Reagan lived while he was president. The fellow that did that...
They didn't reference that in Back to the Future?
No. No, because obviously Christopher Lloyd wouldn't have known about that.
Exactly.
I think it actually happened after Back to the Future.
Okay. We have to go
Controversies. John Hinckley Jr. He was obsessed with the movie. And of course the portion of the film where Travis is trying to kill Palantine, the president-elect. And he became obsessed with the movie. He became obsessed with Jodie Foster. I think he wrote Jodie Foster letters, if my memory serves me well. And did he have a mohawk when he did that? Huh.
Yes, he did.
John Hinckley had a mohawk. Okay. But Ronald Reagan, the unstoppable president, lived.
His attorney concluded his defense by playing the movie for the jury.
I would be pumped to be on that jury.
Wow.
What a good film. So, of course, John Hinckley is in jail. I think he's still in jail. Probably never get out. Hell, he might be out. Oh, no, it doesn't say on Wikipedia that's in front of me. We're going to look it up. There he is. 81's when this happened. I guess this happened before Back to the Future. He's 58. He's my dad's age. He is like a week younger than my dad. Huh. Anyway, that's all I really got to say on the whole issue of Taxi Driver. Again, definitely watch this. But when I'm doing my Fallout 3 review here in a second, you're going to understand why I'm talking about Travis Bickle so much.
Wow.
And I'm going to hit the off button.